What if I told you that one of the most common foods on your plate, something you've trusted and eaten your entire life, could be secretly accelerating the aging process? I'm talking about bread. For many of us over 60, the bread we choose every day isn't just a source of comfort. It's a source of chronic inflammation, blood sugar spikes, and even cognitive decline. The bread aisle is a minefield of clever marketing and hidden truths. Labels like multigrain and rye can be deeply misleading, luring you into a false sense of security while you're actually eating nutritionally empty, processed grains. Today, we are going to expose the imposters. We will reveal the 4 most dangerous breads you should never touch after the age of 60. Then, we will show you the 4 powerful, life-extending breads you must eat daily to support your heart, your brain, and your gut. The choice you make at the grocery store tomorrow could change the course of your health. The 4 dangerous breads to avoid. Number 4. Commercial pumpernickel bread. We begin with a bread that many associate with old-world rustic health: pumpernickel. True, traditional German pumpernickel is a dense, heavy loaf made from 100% coarse rye meal, slow-baked for up to 24 hours at a low temperature. This process creates a deep, dark color and a rich, earthy flavor, and it preserves a tremendous amount of fiber and nutrients. However, the pumpernickel bread you find in most supermarkets is a complete impostor. It is a pale imitation designed to trick your senses. To save time and money, commercial bakeries start with a base of refined wheat flour, add a small amount of rye flour for flavor, and then create that signature dark color by adding coloring agents like caramel color or molasses. A 2023 study that analyzed the composition of store-bought breads found that many popular pumpernickel brands contained high-fructose corn syrup, a sweetener known to drive inflammation and contribute to fatty liver disease. You think you're eating a healthy, fibrous bread, but you're actually consuming a disguised form of white bread with added sugar and chemicals. This deception not only spikes your blood sugar, but also robs you of the true benefits that authentic pumpernickel is supposed to offer. Number 3. Multigrain bread. Here is perhaps the most misleading term in the entire bread aisle: multigrain. It sounds incredibly healthy, doesn't it? The word conjures images of a variety of wholesome, intact grains. But the term multigrain is a completely unregulated marketing term. It simply means that the bread contains more than one type of grain. It says nothing about the quality or the processing of those grains. In the vast majority of cases, the primary ingredient in multigrain bread is still refined, stripped, and bleached white flour. The manufacturer then adds a small amount of other grains, like oats or millet, often in minuscule quantities, just so they can legally use the term multigrain on the package. Research from Johns Hopkins in 2024 showed that for seniors, the blood sugar response to eating most commercial multigrain breads was virtually identical to that of eating plain white bread. This constant spiking of blood sugar and insulin is a primary driver of chronic inflammation, which is the root cause of so many age-related diseases, from arthritis to heart disease. Don't be fooled by the healthy-looking seeds sprinkled on top. Always read the first ingredient on the label. If it doesn't say 100% whole wheat or whole grain, you are likely buying a marketing lie. Number 2. White sandwich bread. This is the classic bread of our childhoods, but it is a nutritional disaster, especially for an aging body. The process of creating that soft, fluffy white bread involves stripping the wheat kernel of its 2 most nutritious parts, the bran and the germ. The bran is the outer layer, containing the vast majority of the fiber. The germ is the embryo of the seed, packed with B vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats. What's left is the starchy endosperm, which is then pulverized and often bleached, creating a product that is essentially anti-nutrition. A 2024 study from the Cleveland Clinic delivered a shocking finding. They discovered that daily consumption of refined white bread was associated with an acceleration of biological aging by an average of 2.3 years, as measured by the shortening of telomeres, the protective caps on our DNA. White bread's high glycemic index causes a rapid surge of insulin, which, when it happens day after day, contributes to insulin resistance and the storage of visceral fat around your organs. Furthermore, many commercial white breads use a dough conditioner called potassium bromate, a substance that is banned in many countries because of concerns about its potential to interfere with thyroid function and its links to cancer. Number 1. Commercial rye bread. Just like with pumpernickel, the rye bread found in most supermarkets is an impostor. Authentic rye bread, made from 100% rye flour, is dense, hearty, and has a lower glycemic index than wheat bread. It's a staple in many healthy European diets. However, what is sold in most of America is a completely different product. It is typically made with a base of refined wheat flour, with only a small percentage of rye flour added for its characteristic flavor. To create the classic rye color, manufacturers often add caramel coloring. This is a double deception. You are not getting the benefits of the rye, and you are getting all the detriments of the refined white flour. Research from the University of Michigan in 2024 linked the consumption of this type of commercial rye bread to a significant increase in the formation of advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These are harmful compounds that form when sugar attaches to proteins, causing them to become stiff and dysfunctional, which accelerates the aging of your skin, joints, and arteries. The study also showed a decrease in beneficial gut bacteria in the participants who ate the commercial rye. You are paying a premium for a product you think is healthy, but is actually contributing to aging and gut damage. The 4 breads you must eat daily. Number 4. Sprouted grain bread. Now, let's talk about the heroes of the bread aisle, starting with a true nutritional powerhouse. Sprouted grain bread, like the popular brand Ezekiel bread. Sprouted bread is fundamentally different from regular bread. It's made from whole grains that have been allowed to germinate or sprout before being milled into flour. This simple act of sprouting unlocks a treasure trove of dormant nutrition. The sprouting process breaks down anti-nutrients like phytic acid, which can bind to minerals and prevent their absorption. A 2024 study from the National Institute on Aging found that seniors who consumed sprouted grain bread had significantly higher absorption rates of crucial nutrients like B12, folate, and iron compared to those eating conventional whole wheat. The sprouting also begins to break down the starches in the grain, which means sprouted bread has a much lower glycemic index and is easier to digest. Furthermore, the combination of sprouted grains and legumes, as found in Ezekiel bread, creates a complete protein, providing all the essential amino acids your body needs for muscle repair and maintenance. Number 3. True sourdough. Bread next is an ancient bread that modern science is finally beginning to appreciate. True, traditionally made sourdough. The magic of sourdough does not come from its ingredients, which are often just flour, water, and salt, but from its preparation. True sourdough is made through a long fermentation process with a starter of wild yeast and beneficial bacteria. This fermentation process is like a pre-digestion party for the bread. The beneficial microbes consume the starches and sugars in the flour, which dramatically lowers the bread's glycemic index. Research from Stanford University in 2024 found that seniors who consumed authentic sourdough daily showed a significant increase in the diversity of their gut bacteria, which is a key marker of a healthy gut. They also had lower inflammatory markers and better cognitive scores. The fermentation process also helps to break down gluten, which can make sourdough easier to tolerate for some people with mild gluten sensitivity. When buying sourdough, it is critical to look for a short ingredient list. If you see yeast or sugar on the label, it's not authentic sourdough. It's just sour-flavored white bread. Number 2, 100% whole grain bread. This might sound basic, but it is a profoundly healthy choice when you know what to look for. The key is the phrase 100% whole grain or 100% whole wheat. This legally means that the bread must be made from flour that contains the entire intact wheat kernel, the fibrous bran, the nutrient-rich germ, and the starchy endosperm. Unlike multigrain or wheat bread, which can be mostly refined flour, the 100% label is your guarantee. The benefits are immense. The fiber from the bran feeds your gut microbiome, helps to stabilize blood sugar, and lowers cholesterol. The germ provides B vitamins for energy and antioxidants like vitamin E. A massive, long-term study from Harvard Medical School, updated in 2024, showed that daily consumption of authentic 100% whole-grain foods was associated with longer lives, fewer heart attacks, a lower risk of stroke, and a reduced chance of developing type 2 diabetes. This is not a trendy health food. It is one of the most well-researched and proven staples for a long and healthy life. Number 1. 100% rye or flaxseed bread. At the top of our list, we have two powerhouse options. First, authentic 100% rye bread. As we discussed, the commercial versions are imposters, but if you can find a true, dense, German-style 100% rye bread, it is one of the healthiest choices you can make. It is incredibly high in fiber, has a very low glycemic index, and is fantastic for promoting feelings of fullness and satiety. The second option, which is becoming more widely available, is flaxseed bread. This bread often uses whole grains as a base, but is supercharged with a high concentration of ground flax seeds. Flax seeds are nutritional giants. They are the richest plant-based source of anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids in the form of ALA. They are also packed with a special type of fiber and antioxidant compound called lignans, which have been studied for their role in supporting hormonal balance and cardiovascular health. For seniors, a bread that delivers high-quality fiber, protein, and anti-inflammatory fats all in one slice is an absolute game-changer for daily health and vitality. The bread aisle doesn't have to be a source of confusion and fear. It's a place of choice. By learning to spot the imposters, the refined, sugary, and chemically altered breads, and by consciously choosing the dense, fibrous, and nutrient-rich options, you are taking a powerful step in controlling your health. The choice you make for your daily bread can either be a choice that contributes to inflammation and disease, or it can be a choice that builds a foundation for a long, healthy, and vibrant life. Thank you for joining me today. If this video has empowered you to rethink your daily bread, please hit that like button and subscribe to Senior Vitality Secrets. And now, I want to hear from you. Which bread from the worst list was the biggest surprise to you, and which of the best breads are you excited to try? Share your experiences in the comments below.